Keep it going for Jeff Simmermon.
All right. I was working the kind of job where I could have totally been replaced by software, except for my company was too cheap to buy it. And then I got a phone call one day, and the woman on the other end of the line said, "You've been referred to me. How would you like to star in a touring theatrical production, bringing the magic of theater to young children all over D.C., Maryland, and Virginia? You will play a rude little gingerbread boy. You'll burst out of a plywood oven, escape from a woman in a fox costume. There's a moral, the end, 3 times a day for not enough money." And what I thought was, that's the stupidest thing I've heard in all my life. So what I said was, of course, I'll take the job. Because a job is a joke that you play on the world. And as long as you don't die and you collect a paycheck, you got a story, and that story is awesome. Well, hold your applause. Because I'll tell you what happened. It was amazing at first. Awesome. Because, it burst out of the oven, run as fast as I can. And the woman in the fox costume would chase me, and I would hide. You lay down and be like, "You got to hide me from the fox." And little kids don't know, how stories work yet. So they're not convinced that this fox is not going to just eat me in the auditorium right in front of them. And they're like, "Yeah, totally." And they're all over me, and they're all cover you, and they're all giddy and excited, and there's just no pure joy like 25 5-year-olds trying to save your life from a fox. And it's just like this blast of pure pleasure running down your throat all day long. And it's amazing. And I would tell my friends about it, big laughs at a bar or show situation. However, the other problem is that when you believe that a job is a joke that you play on the world, you don't even think you deserve paid sick time. And I sure needed it, because daycares and kindergartens and stuff are just like petri dishes. Their little immune systems are just leveling up all day. And I got India sick at a show. I got psychedelic diarrhea where I just laid in my tub for several days, and by the time I could stand up, my pants fit different. Well, I had clocked my money so that as long as I did every single show that I was booked for and ate all the bagels and stuff my roommate was coming home from his bagel job with, I would net out at 50 cents a head at rent time. So I had to make up the slack, but I'm in a van 15 hours a day, 6 days a week up until Christmas, so how am I going to do it? My roommate, ever the entrepreneur, said, "I got it for you. You sell plasma downtown. I found a place that you can go in 2-3 times a day as long as your blood pressure's up. Just do push-ups behind the dumpster, get it going. They'll take you." So I went in, and you got to do a heroin test before you sell plasma, and if you flunk it, you're not allowed to donate organs or blood or anything ever for the rest of your life. My mom was about to have surgery, and I did the heroin test, and I've just never flunked anything so fast in all my life, but I've never enjoyed heroin before. The poppy seed bagel thing is for real, people. It threw me over the line. So I bargained with the lady and said, "Listen, I'll walk out of here, just leave me off of this database." And she looked me up and down and said, "It's okay, baby, I believe you," and allowed me to sell my plasma after flunking a heroin test. If you have ever wondered what white privilege looked like, being white didn't stop my life from falling to where I had to sell plasma, but it did ensure that somebody was at my rock bottom to make the stay a little more comfortable. So then I go in, and they're taking the blood out and taking the plasma out and putting the blood back in, and the thing is getting all backed up and emitting a high-pitched whine, and then there's a bruise forming right here, like half a golf ball, and I called over the doctor on duty, who explained to me in maybe more broken English than you would want from somebody in the medical profession, that I was so dehydrated from living off of Mountain Dew and road pizza that it was having trouble getting the blood back in my arm. So I'm sick, I'm broke. This is dodgy looking as it is, right? This in a gingerbread costume, weird. The only thing weirder, all this in a gingerbread costume with huge bruises up and down his arms in front of your children. So, oh my God, I was just limping through the day. I felt horrible. How am I going to do this? And that was when See, when you're hiding from the fox, and you're like, hide me, and they're like, yeah, and then the fox says, where's the gingerbread boy? They sell you out every goddamn time. He's right here! And I began to take it personally. Because I was just like, I hate this job. It's just a death march in a gingerbread costume every day. These kids, they never stop. And I just want to kick one of them in the fucking face. Be careful what you wish for. Because I'm in the pile of kids one time, and I cleared a runway for myself, and the fox was closing in. She was getting tight. And I was like, okay, I'm good to lift off. And I go to run, and like at the last possible second, my knee comes up, and this kid crawls right in the front, and I didn't have time to pull it. And I just like Chuck Liddell winning the fight, like MMA right to the face. And the kid just, you know when they shoot one wing off the TIE fighter in Star Wars, like that? And then I got to the oven, and the kid just goes, he's winding up like that, and the teacher goes, finish the show, distract him. So I had to do the whole show while the kid I kicked, who's sitting right there, is just going, every hole in his face is making something. And I just had to be, by the end of the show, it's like, and then the gingerbread boy learned that he was never going to act badly ever again, oh my God. And then when it was over, I picked the kid up, and I hugged him, and our faces touched, and it made like a salad dressing. And I don't know if that kid is fine or it's SAT time and he's ruined or what. Time will tell. But what I learned is that when you go around doing things as a joke, like as a goof for the story, cool, but you're actually really doing it. And that little kid didn't think I kicked him in the face as a joke. I got to live with that. Thank you.
Jeff Simmermon.